Ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya nak jodoh Coach Zuhri Yuhi ingin bantu anda mendapat kemanisan perkahwinan yang berkat bahagia. Alright, so kita nak sambung jodoh ready. Are you jodoh ready? Can to prepare us to be ready for jodoh, ready for love. As like that song says, ready for love. Okay, so um, to be jodoh ready and why this is important, and it's important to be jodoh ready, and how to be jodoh ready is to prepare. And one of the preparation is a lot of us, can we have a lot of traumatic events, past relationships that have happened to us, and it's we need to heal from it. Why? Because it wouldn't be fair if you bring your trauma to your spouse, and it wouldn't be fair to you. It wouldn't be fair to your spouse that you bring your hurt to your next relationship, yeah, because you want your next relationship to be yang berkekalan. You nak the next relationship to be the one yang menjadi bekalan untuk you ke jannah. So that is why it's superbly important, because your next relationship is it's the foundation that will take us to Jannah, inshallah. Okay. Of course, there are so many ways that we can go to Jannah, can. But marriage is one of the uh, one of the ways to go to Jannah also, and it's also fitrah for us to get married, and it's fitrah because this is what Allah has in, embedded in us, kan. So that because this is what Allah likes, ni benda perkara yang Allah suka. So let's begin by healing, and of course we have our past, and not saying that it's your fault, but it's your responsibility to heal, and it's your responsibility to reclaim yourself and to become the best spouse you can be. So you will find the best spouse for you, the best spouse yang that will bersama berganding bahu ke jannah, insyaAllah, and to raise anak-anak yang soleh dan solehah yang boleh berdoakan jannah untuk you. Okay, so disclaimer, I'm saying that I bukannya yang someone yang so alim, I bukannya seorang yang sangat, I've never made a mistake. In fact, I have shared so many of my own personal errors and mistakes, because I've learned from them, and untuk you ambil iktibar, insyaAllah. So this is like like a warning. So like, don't do this crap that I've done, okay? Don't do the crap that I've done. And learning also a lot from my clients yang I dah banyak bantu, kan, to get them to heal and then to move on and to kahwin, and sharing iktibar from myself and from my clients that I've helped. And ongoing, we have on coaching to help people to heal, and so many cases of where putus tunang, and a lot of healing that is required, because uh, one of the roadblocks to kahwin, to be jodoh ready, is the roadblock is takut nak kahwin, because feel that it might happen again, feel that there are things that they have done, and they have done or did not do, that is why they failed before. Okay, and uh, we need to heal. Healing is very important. It's time to heal, and it's time to move forward and to grow towards Allah. That is what we do. That is what we share. And ultimately, I nak ketemukan you with a calon jodoh, kan? And that is the plan. That is the plan. And to heal is completely voluntary. It's voluntary. I'm not forcing you to heal. I cannot force you to heal. What I'm saying, that to heal is important. It's for your own, for our own lah, kan. When I share with you how I healed, and how that can inshallah also help you heal, you wouldn't transfer, yeah, you wouldn't transfer your past pain to your spouse, and because you want you and your spouse to be a beautiful, healthy, supportive relationship, can, and you want your spouse to be there for you, and no matter what, no matter what, and to be there for you. It's not just a legal contract. It's more than that. Yes, marriage is a legal contract. At the same time, it is also an emotional bond. It's also a teamwork. It is also a supportive relationship that helps us to to complement us. Okay, always remember, Allah completes us. Allah has completed us, but a spouse complements us. So, in order to find a good complement for us, we need to compliment ourselves first. Okay, compliment bukan puji memuji, tak. Compliment as in uh, to you know, different from complete completion. Compliment is to untuk menambah baikkan diri kita, dan kita nak cari spouse yang boleh menambah baikkan diri kita, kan. So kita pun perlu menambah baik diri kita sendiri. So it starts with healing, so that because kita dah banyak buat silap, we're human, we've made mistakes, kan. uh, I know, talking about myself also. Okay, so let's begin the healing. Let's reclaim ourselves. Let's become the best uh, servant of Allah we can be, and the best spouse we can be, so we can find the best spouse for us. Okay, so that is why we're doing this. Why I've started this healing punya series, so that well, of course, we all want to be happy, can, and let's begin the healing, inshallah. Okay, so um, and what I do mainly is, as a coach, I don't solve your problem. I can't do that for you. Uh, and what I can do is to coach you and guide you to change the thinking that caused the problem. I can't solve the problem for you, but I coach you to change the thinking that has caused the problem, and so that you can avoid for it from it to happen again, and for it to so that you're aware, can, if you tak putus tunang dulu, okay, good for you, can, but in order for you to avoid it from happening, inshallah, and so you be more aware, and you can take the necessary action before it happens. Okay. All right. So, and one of the ways to coach, to guide you, is by asking the right questions. And as you know, the quality of the answers in our life comes from the quality of the questions we ask ourselves. Betul tak? Okay. So instead of saying, unproductive questions to ourselves, can, our self-talk. It's like, oh, why am I tak mencukupi? Why am I, like this? Why am I miserable? Those are unproductive questions. But when you ask productive, constructive questions, you know, uh, questions like what we're going to share tonight, and like we've already shared several questions before, it's about reflection, and to realize, to be aware of where we gone wrong, and how to, inshallah, in the future avoid it from happening again. Okay, so before I begin, I want to read this quote from a philosopher called Eckhart Tolle. I hope I pronounced that right. Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle. It goes like this. Um, Wherever you are, be there totally. If you find your here and now intolerable and it makes you unhappy, you have three options: remove yourself from the situation, change it, or accept it totally. If you want to take responsibility for your life, you must choose one of the three options, and you must choose now, then accept the consequences. Okay. So let me repeat that. Okay. Wherever you are, be there totally. If you find your here and now intolerable and it makes you unhappy, you have three options. One, remove yourself from the situation. Two, change it. Three, accept it totally. If you want to take responsibility for your life, you must choose one of those three options. And you must choose now. Then accept the consequences. And it's wanted to realize that you have to choose now, and you have the power to choose. You have the power to choose to be happy, yeah, and do it now. When okay, otherwise, when do you want to be happy? How long are you going to wait? Nak tunggu sampai bila, kan? And it's your choice, and do it now. Right? Choose one of the three options and do it now, because otherwise happy won't come to you. Only you can decide to be happy. It's a decision. Like the motto, the motto that I've written down, that's scrolling down here, is called Bangkiti. Bahagia akan naik guna komitmen, ilmu, tindakan Islamic. And of course, it has to be Islamic because that's what uh, Allah has provided us the manual, and Allah has provided us the instructions and the guide in the Quran and from the Sunnah of Rasulullah Sallam. Can so it has to be Islamic. Otherwise, if we keep coming up with uh, uh, me, uh, I have a degree in psychology. Can I've read through so many good psychological instructions, guide, and cases, but that is man derived from man punya man-made man-made man punya discoveries and based on human opinions. Okay, let's put it that way. Based on human opinions. Okay, so kalau kita tak nak buat cara Islamik, if we just do it human based on human opinion, kan, which is not guided by the Sharia, can be dangerous. For example, just let me give you a contrast. For example, uh, there are family psychologists, which is a code name for sex psychologists, that instructs their clients, husband and wife clients, in order to find spice of life, is in order to be a happy couple, you have to try other people, and you have to explore into pornography and all that, based on their opinion, and try to have a third person in the relationship, out of wedlock, out of extramarital relationship, just to spice up the marriage, give you different perspective. Apa kejadah, kan? It's like, seriously. See, there is the danger of basing uh, our life not based on Sharia. See the danger there. So uh, even when I was reading these cases dulu as a student, kan, it's like, I mean, walaupun zaman I was student dulu, zaman gila-gila, uh, I wasn't really practicing, kan. But even that, then it felt wrong. Realizing that it felt wrong. Something's wrong with this advice. Something's wrong with this uh, counseling technique that this particular group and movement is prescribing. So, when it's based on human opinion, yeah, which is justified and by human being and other human being, it's not based on Sharia, and it gets even more twisted. For example, the LGBTQ, nak tambah P. What is, it's a lifestyle. LGBTQ is a lifestyle. You have to accept it. Okay, some countries have allowed LGBTQ marriage. Okay, all right. But they want to add, a movement wants to add P ni apa? Pedophile, pedophilia. Okay, isn't that just nuts to make pedophilia a lifestyle? It's just what I cannot fathom. I cannot. Uh, the craziness of it, because if we start basing our life not based on Sharia, again, it's just we'll just go in the spiral of man-made opinion and not based on truth. It's just opinion. Opinion. Every someone told me opinions are like a-holes. Everyone's got one. Okay, but truth is haq from Allah, can, and that is the truth, and that is what will make us happy because Allah wants us to be happy, can, and Allah has provided us guidance, so we follow that guidance yang Allah bagi. Okay, don't don't follow people's opinion that they come up from out of their behind. Right, it is literally out of their behind for this LGBTQP gila. Okay, so um all right, so okay, let me put this up on screen. Let me put this up on screen. Ching, ching, ching. So last time where we left off from ching, 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 what is preventing you from kahwin? What is preventing you from kahwin? And Ken, it's like they're preventing you from kahwin. Someone answered, uh, lack of suitable candidate. Okay, reasonable response. Another person answered, uh, what's preventing you from kahwin is my own insecurities, my own. These are respondents that has answered these questions. My own insecurities, my own fears on not satisfying other people's expectations. So this is why it's important for us to be aware of our own expectations, our own needs, and when we realize that what we need is is actually is a completion nak rasa mencukupi, kan, is actually from to be complete is from Allah, because Allah completes us, and a spouse only complements us, and marriage ag- magnifies us who we are, and betul. Okay. When you're married, you'll find that marriage will magnify who we are. If we are, if you marry an a-hole, then he or she will be a bigger uh, a-hole. Okay, it's like that. Life and marriage exemplify no amplifies us. So it's important for us to heal because remember this phrase, hurt people hurt people. That's why we need to heal. So people who are hurt will hurt other people, and people who are hurt will give you horrible advice. Can have you come across, just think back, okay, have you come across someone yang nak bagi advice, bagi nasihat, maybe they mean well, but someone's hurt them and they're hurt, and the way they nak bantu you is to give you or talk to you in a very hurtful way. And remember this phrase, hurt people hurt people. Yeah, people who are hurt will hurt other people, so they have not healed. So why it's important for you to heal is because we don't want your hurt to hurt your marriage. You don't want your past hurt to hurt your future relationship with your spouse. And then the jangkit, and it becomes a viral thing, berjangkit to your spouse, berjangkit to your children. And this is something that we must avoid, wajib avoid. Okay, because hurt, nothing, happiness doesn't come from these kind of things, from past traumas. And when we don't manage it, when we don't heal, if we don't heal, it will fester, fester, like fester tu macam dia jadi gangrene, you know what I'm saying, jadi gangrene, lama-lama dia makan, it will eat us up, in and it will spread, eat us up. From katakan we have gangrene in one leg, and then we'll eat the other leg, and the rest of our body will follow, and it will poison our brain and all that. Okay, so we don't want to let it fester, and the longer we let it fester, the worse it gets, and the more it's ingrained in us. The more we think that our pain defines us. And uh, the more we feel that our past defines us, the more we it becomes that we don't become the best that we Muslimah or Muslim we can be. We define ourselves based on our pain, based on our hurt, and we hurt others, right? So okay, that's why we must heal. We must heal so that we start marriage right. We start marriage right. We start our family right. We start our children right. And we raise our children right. And inshallah, they become soleh dan soleha. And they will, when we pass on, in their doa anak yang soleh dan soleha will become bekalan kita lah ke jannah kan. Alright, so boleh? Okay, so boleh. Okay, so all right. So what is preventing you? That's the question. We like where we last left off. So the next question is, what have you let get in the way? Okay, untuk kahwin. What have you let get in the way? So uh, someone said that not meeting the right people. I have only a small group of friends. Okay, uh, sensible response. At the same time, what have you tried to expand your group of friends? Okay, I'm not saying that you have not. I'm not saying you have not. I'm saying that let's think deeper on this. Let's reflect on this question, on this response. So, not meeting the right people. Okay, I only have a small group of friends, right? So, mm, have you tried expanding your group of friends kan, are your group of friends helpful in bantu you cari jodoh, and have you tried expanding with by way of volunteering for the causes that you like. You might find someone like-minded. Have you tried apa nama dah keluar. Have you tried you know having hobbies, like for example hiking and meeting new people, can usually people, uh, when it comes to volunteering, I think I've shared this before. My soup kitchen volunteers and my 12 closest volunteers, friends and volunteers, and six of them marry each other, half, okay, 50%. Six of them already marry each other. I think four already married, and two, one still looking, but one is getting married next year. So out of 12, six, 12, most of them are marrying each other. Okay, most of them are marrying each other. Uh, so there is, because they have found a passion that they love, and then uh, it's a start of a good, because it's not just about passion, it's about they match their values and they match their thinking by expressing themselves through that volunteer work. So I'm not asking you or forcing you to volunteer, tak. I'm saying that find your passion, realize your passion, go at it, and as long as it's menepati, well, as long as it's you mind your perbatasan between men and women, then why not go at it, kan? Now you can't give the excuse of, oh, pandemic lagi, there's no volunteer work to be done, da di da. Now the new normal, things are opening up again, and a lot of people already going back to the office. So um find your passion and go at it, kan? Because it works. I'm sharing with you bagi untuk you dapat iktibar, so that you understand that it helps a lot. It goes a long way, kan? And also always remember, when you meet someone, be clear on what you want and how you want it, kan? What you want is untuk kahwin dengan cara yang halal, dengan have, and how you want it is cara yang halal. Have a timeline, uh, supaya perbincangan ta'aruf tu tak berpanjangan, tak meleret, so you don't have the anxiety. Okay, and uh, well, you usually the complaint is when someone says that it's like, oh, you're being pushy, you're being pushy. It's like, well, they can say whatever they want, can, meaning kalau dia pushy, kalau dia cakap you pushy, meaning he or she is not serious, and you are serious. So don't harp on someone who's not serious. Find someone who is serious. Okay, then move on. Like that. The quote from Eckhart Tolle that said that if you want to take responsibility for your life, you must choose one of the three options, which is remove yourself from the situation, or change it, or accept it. It's up to you. Yeah? Eckhart Tolle. And it is the decision is in your hands. You have the choice and you have the power. When you realize, when you are clear of what you want, when you really serious, committed with what you want, committed to what you want. Bukan macam saja je cari jodoh, kalau ada ada, kalau tak ada tak ada. Itu you just biding. There's other things that you are not addressing because macam not actually committed. You know the difference between uh, you know curious and committed, kan? The difference between curious and committed is macam if you're curious, kalau ada ada, kalau tak ada tak ada, kan. If you just curious, tunggu jodoh datang bergolek, what will happen is you will do only things that are convenient. Yeah. Curious, you will only do things that are convenient. As in macam, oh kalau ada, okay lah, kalau dia propose lah, kalau tak lah. In the meantime, kita berkawan tanpa haluan. Yeah? But if you're committed to respect yourself, if you're committed to buat cara yang syariat, if you committed to buat cara yang Allah suka, then you will put your foot down, show your spine, and be courageous with what you want. Because if you don't lead your life, someone else will live your life. Right? So if you don't follow your dreams, you will be following someone else's dreams. Okay? So that's the difference between curious and committed. Curious, you will just do what's convenient. Committed, you will do whatever it takes to teach someone to respect you. You will do whatever it takes to get what you want. Of course, what you want is apa yang Allah suka lah. Kan? Okay, alright. So, curious or committed? I use this word a lot. Kan? You might be, if you're complaining, oh, he won't commit, she won't commit. Well, are you committed? So reflect sikit, kan? Yeah, usually women message me and say, it's like, oh, he won't commit, he's not commit, he doesn't want to commit. He doesn't want to commit to you, or doesn't want to commit to marriage, or doesn't want to commit in anything, right? Isn't that also possible? Consider this. Isn't it possible that you were not committed on getting what you want from him? You were not committed on respecting yourself to get what you want and how you want it. Were you committed in the first place? Okay. Or you just let him dilly dally and take you around town, have a good time, and wham bam, thank you, ma'am. So think, uh, it's for reflection. I'm not saying this is you. I'm saying that this could be your friend or sister. Okay, bukan you, your friend or your sister. Okay, so um, so another person said, so what did you let get in the way? Can uh, it's hard to walk away. Yeah. Okay, it's hard to walk away. What do you let get in the way? What apakah yang you let stop you? Kan? It's hard to walk away. Yeah, sometimes can't we don't know what to walk away from, and don't know what to walk away towards. Can we want to go? We don't know, because we don't know where we are, who we are, and what we want. Because we don't know, if we don't know where we are, who we are, why we're there, can it's hard to walk away from something that we don't know that we don't want. Can it's like, oh, I'm being treated like crap by this person. It's hard for me to walk away from this. Why is it hard to walk away from this? It's because we are not clear on what we want to walk towards. Yeah, which what we want to go towards to is a bigger reason to walk away from. And so when your why is bigger than your excuse, when the why is bigger than our excuse, why we want to get married is bigger than our excuse. For example, contoh, we're in an abusive boyfriend girlfriend, or a relationship that's not going anywhere. Okay, this relationship is not going anywhere. So you feel that it's hard to walk away from that. Why? Because your why to get married, the reason to get married, is not big enough in you, because that's why you rather stay where you are. And this horrible phrase of better the devil you know, better the devil you know. Okay, you rather stick to the devil you know rather than going to the opa yang you inginkan tu, kan? So imam yang you nak. So you're not clear of why the marriage is more important to you. And because why is not important, because the why is not bigger than the excuse. The excuse is, I'm here, I'm comfortable, I don't care how I'm treated as long I have someone in my life, I have a companion, even though he or she is crappy to me. And uh, you don't know how to walk away from that. It's because you don't have a destination. If you have a destination, the why, the destination is to please Allah, and to desperately please Allah. It's because not desperate enough to please Allah. That is the why you're still where you are. If your why is to desperately please Allah by way of halal marriage, and then would be easier for you to walk away. And it's like, oh, then you see a contrast. You know what I'm saying? Then you see a contrast of macam, oh, I am in a crappy situation. I want to be in a good situation. So because that good situation is what I want, is what Allah wants, and how Allah wants it, and I should head to that destination. So when you have a destination, you can walk away from a horrible situation. All right? So learn to walk away by knowing where you're going. Know where you're going. Knowing where you're going. Right? So it's up to you. It's choice. And we all have choices. We all have choices. And all right. So um another respondent said, what have you let get in the way is, okay, wasting time with the wrong people, or wrong method, or wrong pond. Hmm. Silap jalan lah. Uh, I guess she knows what she wants, but she was in the wrong place. And it's important to be in the right place. What she means in the wrong pond ni, I think it's her analogy of saying macam, oh, she's in the wrong pond and kissing all the frogs, and none of them turned out to be Prince Imam. Okay, contoh. So if she were in the right pond, she would have found the right person. And so, you know, mm, so what she let get in the way was she was at the wrong place. And people say that jodoh tak salah alamat. Betul, jodoh tak salah alamat. Tapi adakah kita ke alamat yang tu? Kan? Are we at the address? Kan? Katakan postman tu datang hantar jodoh. And then ding dong, ni nak hantar jodoh ni. And tapi tak ada orang kat rumah. You're not at that pond, at that house. And it's like, okay, jodoh tak selamat, so jodoh tu would go somewhere else. Okay? Or atau you are at the alamat, but you're not ready, you're not jodoh ready because you have not prepared. Kan? Ada postman tu hantar jodoh, Ding dong, jodoh untuk si fulan. You're home, but you're not ready. Tiba-tiba baru nak pakai kain pelikat kan, baru nak pakai kain pelikat, baru nak pakai baju kelawar, baru nak turun nak ambil. In the meantime, postman tu ingat macam, oh tak ada siapa kat rumah. Okay, belah, dia hantar balik the jodoh package to the uh, apa ni, post office. So it's still waiting, and you're still waiting, kan? Well, it's already there for you. So why I'm telling you this story is because this analogy is because for you to prepare and be ready when the jodoh comes. When the jodoh comes, you tak payah terhegeh-hegeh nak pakai kain pelikat lagi kan. Pakai baju kelawar, macam nak turun ambil. Tak, you dah ready and to buka, terima, buka pintu. Macam, okay, I'm here, accept. Okay, thank you. Kan, I'm here, accept. Contoh, okay. So tak payah terhegeh. So prepare you supaya tak terhegeh-hegeh lagi kan sebelum jodoh tu belah pergi tempat lain. Okay. So why I'm sharing all this is because to prepare you for you to be ready to terima jodoh you when the time comes. And we want to do a matchmaking session. And bila you dah, I'm preparing you to be ready. When I introduce you to someone, you are already emotionally ready, you already healed, you already reclaim yourself, you know what you want and you know what you don't want, and for you to become the best spouse that you can be. So I can match you for someone who is also already prepared, who is also ready and serious and uh, already healed and dah heal from past trauma and reclaim their own identity and become the best calon jodoh they can be. Orang yang serius, people of quality lah, kan. um, then the matching rate would be higher, kan. Katakan you tak ready, I kenalkan you dengan orang yang ready, and that would be embarrassing for me also, and would be also, and then you cakap, tak jalan, tak mujarab lah cara halal ni kan. Itu yang paling I nak avoid. Kalau you fikir macam, alah cara syariah ni tak mujarab lah, la 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 la, kan. You blame syariat, nanti you blame cara teknik halal ni. So cakap, okay lah aku nak buat dating game balik lah, mana tahu kan. Okay, no, I'm trying to help you avoid things that are not based on syariah. That is why I'm preparing you, okay, to heal the damages that has been done from the dating game that you've gone through. Okay, so all right. Okay, so next question. Before we continue to the next question, how will you change this? Big question. Big question. How will you change this? How will you change your situation? Yeah, and like Eckhart Tolle said that you have three options: remove yourself from the situation, change it, or accept it. Do you want to accept this crappy situation, or you want to leave it, or you want to change it? It's up to you. This choice is in your hands. Okay? And how will you change this? How will you change this? Right? What have you tried? I mean, seriously, committed to change it. Yeah, macam aku dah try ni, aku dah try tu, but have you committed totally? Kan? Contoh macam try. Yoda, Master Yoda said that do or do not, there is no try. Kan? Do or do not, there is no try. It means commit to it. Put your intention, put your ilmu, put your ikhtiar into the right path, then it will happen. Kan? How will you change this? Did you try, cuba? And the problem with try, cuba is, I'm just going to have to say as it is. When boys yang jahil-jahil ni, they have the mindset of nak kahwin macam beli kereta lah, kena test drive dulu, try kan. Dia orang nak try anak dara orang. So men have this perception, And women pun ada perception, because you have not committed, you just pun nak try juga relationship. So is both having this mindset, try and not commit to the halal way. So, you know, can you really blame the other person juga, kan? Because kita pun not committed to doing the halal way. I'm not saying this is you. This is contoh, kan? The mindset, the problem here is the mindset of try relationship. Try, cuba test drive anak dari orang, test drive anak turun orang, kan? So the mindset of that try instead of committing the halal to do it the halal way. So how will you change this? Are you committed, or are you just curious, not try? Kan? What did I mention just now about difference between curious and committed? Curious will do what's convenient. Of course, it's convenient to go dating, and it's convenient to, you know, dating, have fun. That's all fun, isn't it? But to commit to do it the way yang Allah nak, have we committed to that? And while you're thinking, how will I change this? How will I change this? Is uh, while you're thinking, reflect on that. I'm going to do some clicking, because I'm just going to focus on the people on the Not Jodoh BFF group and Not Jodoh Bro group. Okay, so join this group if you want to hear for the rest of the discussion. All right. So think about it while I do this clicking stuff. How will you change this? How will you change your situation? If you want to, if you want to commit to changing it, right? If you want to, will you commit? If you want to, how will you change it? Can if you want to, how will you change it? Are you going to commit to change? Are you just curious? Or are you committed to change? Right? Okay. Better you write it down. How will I change this? Okay. Mm. All right. Private groups on. Okay. So, how will you change this? Are you writing down? And this is, of course, much more effective in the coaching group, because when we do this in the coaching group, everyone will share how, and it's a lot of berkongsi iktibar sama sendiri, what and kesilapan masa lepas, and how serious we are at changing our life, kan? And as I always say, I'm not a motivator. uh, no one can motivate you except for you, kan? I can't wake you up in the morning macam, bangun, pergi cari jodoh, okay, cepat. I don't know how to do that. Only you can motivate yourself. I am more of an inspirer of uh, jodoh halal. Again, inspiring jodoh halal. That's what I think of myself. Inspirer, not motivator. Inspirer of jodoh halal. Okay, so how will you change this? Yeah. One respondent said, focus on finding the right people with the right method at the right point. Pond. Again, yeah. Location. Timing. Method. Can focus on the right people. Kan? People yang nak kahwin, yang serious nak kahwin, kan? And a lot of people complain to me, say that they've gone to a lot of jodoh platforms, cari jodoh platforms. Say, they only tak serious, they only main-main, tak tahu nak ta'aruf, kan? Tak serious. And the right method, kan? They don't know the right method. They don't know the right method, cara nak ta'aruf, tak tahu. Cakap nak kahwin, cakap serius nak kahwin, tapi menggatal, uh, in a very disrespectful way, and apparently it shows that it's not the right pond, not the right place to find someone. Okay, all right. So yeah, this is your own answer. You put in your own answers, but I'm just sharing with you some respondents of untuk dapat iktibar, insyaallah. Okay, so how will you change this? One respondent check up to always think that I'm enough. Okay, let me address this. Change happens with a thought. All it takes is one thought. I think Teddy Roosevelt said that. All change happens with one thought. When you know, when you are aware that things need to change, and then you accept that you have the power to change, and you action, take committed action to change, that's when change happens. Because remember this flow of awareness, acceptance, and action. Again, so if you're not aware what's going wrong, what's happening, what you're doing wrong, you're not doing wrong, not doing. So if you're not aware, then you're in denial. So if you're in denial, you just stay where you are. Can and if and then there's the level next level is called acceptance. Acceptance is you just you know you just won't accept that, oh, you have the strength to change things, you have the ability to change things. Because when the opposite of acceptance is blame, right? Oh, this when you're aware, oh, that thing happened horribly, I blame the other person. So blame, when you blame, you give away your strength. When you blame, you give away your strength. But when you accept responsibility that you can change, you gain strength to change, to make the change. Okay? So, what's next? Action. Again, without action, even if you're aware, even if you're acceptance, you have accepted the responsibility, can. But if you don't take action and commit to the action, the right action, then you'll still stay in status quo. What's the opposite of action? Status quo. You'll stay where you are, and like the philosopher Eckhart Tolle said that, you know if you want to take responsibility for your life, you must choose one of these three actions, and then you must choose now. Then accept the consequences. And I think there's this American general, Colin Powell, General Colin Powell, probably the first African American general in U.S. He said the worst decision is indecision. And the worst decision is indecision. Not making any decision at all is the worst decision. So make a decision. If it's not the right one, learn from it and move on. And so the worst decision is indecision, not making any decision at all. Macam, oh, okay, let's form a committee. Kita fikir dulu bukan jawatan kuasa, jawatan kuasa kita fikir. Jawatan kuasa tu kita mestilah ada allowance and serve makan yang best-best, spend a few months on it and think about it. Can okay. I'm just that is my father was in the government before, and he was really against uh, menubuhkan jawatan kuasa for even the smallest decision. Kan, some he was in the government, so his last post was at the prime minister's department, and then one of the things that always frustrates him, and he always try to avoid from happening, is to tubuhkan jawatan kuasa, because jawatan kuasa is a delay tactic. It's a delay tactic in bureaucracy, because it and it's about giving allowances to jawatan kuasa. More money flows away unnecessarily to people who don't know the issue, the topic. They're not subject matter experts, and just a group of people yang uh, have political interests, and just so to give money away is basically to distribute money to people who don't know what they're doing. So he always fights jawatan kuasa a lot, formation of jawatan kuasa. So, uh, so, like, he keeps telling me that jawatan kuasa usually is a delay tactic to spend money, unnecessary tax to spend taxpayers' money on unnecessary people who don't know what they're doing. So try to avoid jawatan kuasa at all costs. All right. So um, I digress. Why I'm saying this is because sometimes we ask the wrong people, orang yang tak tahu, kan, nasihat daripada orang yang tak tahu, kan, and we spend a lot of time with orang yang tak tahu. So that's dangerous. We spend a lot of time and dapatkan nasihat daripada jawatan kuasa, or you can think of your group of friends yang single. You minta nasihat, macam mana nak kahwin, kan, jawatan kuasa you. Macam mana nak kahwin? Diorang pun not subject matter expert, they try to advise you. Pergilah murat siapa-siapa tu, kan. Pergilah murat, pakailah seksi-seksi sikit, kan. Tunjuklah sikit lurah dendam tu. I'm sharing this because it happens, okay. I get these stories. So your friends, jawatan kuasa tu, may not be the subject matter experts. So when you ask jawatan kuasa tu, they're not giving you the right advice, you pun sesat. So perhaps it's time to find a different subject matter expert, okay? Orang yang dah kahwin, orang yang bahagia berkahwin, dah anak-anak dia yang you tengok soleh dan solehah, kan? And get advice from these people. Don't ask from people jawatan kuasa yang tak tahu tengah dia orang buat apa. So, alright, okay, alright. So, okay, so, yep. So how will you change this? Can and this respondent back to this to always think that I'm enough. Can well, like I mentioned, every decision begins with one thought, and to think that I'm enough. Sometimes it just takes that one thought to unlock, can to unlock to realize, wait a minute, I am enough, and then things will flow from there. And what I do as a coach is to change that thinking that caused the problem to think that you're not enough. So because your programming and your conditioning has been like that for so many years, for the past 30 years, it I'm trying to find the combination in your mind, how to unlock that to for you to realize that you are actually enough. I know it's easy to tell you, kan, but to unlock the heart and the mind, kan, this is what macam briefcase James Bond lama-lama tu kan, dia ada combination number tu kan. Yeah. So what's the number for the mind? What's the number for the heart? The heart and the mind, kan. So what's the combination for this particular person, for you specifically, to know that you're enough? Okay. For some folks, it's enough to always remind that Allah completes you. It's like, oh, wait a minute, that's true. Allah completes me, a spouse compliments me. Then suddenly, click, why didn't I realize this before? And then you start to flow from there. And for some folks, it's a different, slightly different combination. So I need to I need to find the right combination for each person. Okay, so that's what in coaching it's easier to do, because right now I'm not interacting with anyone. I'm just talking to the camera, and in coaching it's interactive. I can see your body language. Can I can see and feel what you're thinking. It's like, okay. And for example, one lady I'm coaching, and I ask her, uh, um, I said to her, okay, tell me if I'm wrong. So what I told her, tell me if I'm wrong, you feel that it seems that you need to achieve to be a high achiever in order to be loved. And then she started crying buckets. So uh it's some she needed someone to language it for her. Kan? She's been feeling it, but she couldn't pinpoint it. She just needed someone to language it for her. And that's what I helped you with. Wait, that's true. And then she was like, huh. And then starts to realize that, okay, maybe that's the one of the blockage. Okay? And um, yeah, still need to find other combination. It takes time, a bit of time to find the right combination. Again, I'm trying to crack that safe to find the right combination. So different people have different combination lock number. So that's why coaching, I see your facial reaction. It helps. And okay, so how will I change this? How will you change this? How will you change your situation right now? Can um okay. And another respondent said that pray to Allah that I'll be istiqamah. Important keyword istiqamah to be a good Muslim. If you betul, uh, let me exfoliate, elaborate on this. Let me elaborate on this. Uh, Istiqamah, yes, of course, very important, Ken. And to be a good Muslim, we are birds of feather flocks together. Okay, let's use that analogy. Um, if you want to marry a good Muslimin, you have to be a good Muslimah first. Okay, and and guys pun sama lah. Guys pun sama. If you want to be marry a good Muslimah, to be a good mother for your children, you need to be a good Muslimin also. But but listen to this. Listen, right? You tak perlu jadi alim. Alim yang it's to be a good Muslim is istiqomah, and it's an ongoing process, kan? Bukan tiba-tiba you dah hafal Quran tiba-tiba you alim. Tak. Orang yang alim pun tak mengaku alim, kan? Khasnya orang alim, dia tak mengaku alim. And hanya Allah tahu siapakah yang alim. Kita tak tahu. Okay? And usually when guys cakap, aku tak boleh lah nak kahwin cara halal ni, aku tak cukup alim. Siapa cakap kau alim? Kan? Um, and that is one of the insecurities of men. Aku tak cukup alim. I keep reading that in application form untuk cari jodoh. Saya nak kahwin cara halal tapi saya tak cukup alim. Like, okay, let's manage this expectation, okay? Um, One, alim kita tak tahu. Allah saja yang tahu siapakah yang alim dan tidak. Okay? And kedua, orang alim tak mengaku dia alim. Alright? And to be a good Muslim, it's an ongoing process. Bukan tiba-tiba you dah hafal Quran, you pakai celak, pakai serban, pakai jubah, kan, non-stop. Pakai jubah, pergi office pun pakai jubah. Bos suruh cakap, hey, put on a suit and tie. You know. But if that is your definition of alim, that is still very on the surface, kan, kalau pakaian sahaja. But it's more than that, and it's an ongoing process. It's a way of being. It's a way. It's a way of growing towards Allah. It's not macam tiba-tiba je, aku dah hafal aku dah hafal surah Al-Baqarah, kan. Aku ni dah alim. Go like that. Like that lah. You tell me if it's like that, okay? Baguslah kalau you hafal Quran. That's good. That's great. Okay? Fantastic. And but what is a definition of an alim? Kan? You want to wait jadi alim then you nak kahwin, or you continually improve yourself and your spouse pun continually improve herself to grow towards Allah. It's a journey. Marriage is a journey of continuous growth towards Allah, and that is a strong foundation of marriage. And okay, guys, okay, I'm addressing the guys punya ni. on the guys punya nak jodoh bro group. So so usually these are the insecurities of guys, right? And aku tak cukup alim nak kahwin cara halal. Hello, kita Muslim, kita buatlah cara halal kan. Ngaku Islam, kita buatlah cara yang halal. So tak perlu kau minum minuman halal pun tak perlu tak perlu tahu aku ni alim ke tak untuk minum air kosong yang halal ni. Tak ada pun kan. Baik kita sentiasa fikir air ni bersih, halal, thayyiban, halal, bismillah kan. Alright. And then every day kita buat macam tu. Oh, yakin air kosong ni halal dan minumlah. Istiqamah every day kan. Okay, so right. So I mean, if you want to tell me some metaphor or an analogy to convince the gentleman listening, the group of gentlemen listening, that aku tak cukup alim nak kahwin cara halal, how to address this, please let me know, because I need to really convince the guys that kau tak perlu alim untuk kahwin cara halal. Kita dah, as long as we istiqamah, grow towards Allah kan, by ilmu, by ikhtiar, becoming a better Muslim today than we were yesterday kan, that is what we're going for and growing towards Allah. Okay, all right. So okay, so another respondent said, how will you change this? Getting to know more people and better quality people. Yeah, of course. Getting to know more people and better quality people. Let me put this into context. It's how many more people are you going to meet, and what does it mean by quality people? And what is low quality? What is high quality? And let me put this very clearly: is that quality people will choose quality people. So to choose a quality spouse, you will first need to continuously improve ourselves. We need to continuously improve ourselves in terms of quality juga. So in order that you'll be able to discern quality as well, can. So how to be quality person ourselves first? Of course, to grow towards Allah, and at the risk of sounding like a da'i, which is I'm not. It is like I mentioned before, it's to grow towards Allah. Every day kita terima ilmu kan, tuntut ilmu yang Islamic, then we apply it kan. So and let me also address that quality people is, of course, to go find quality people at the right pond kan. Dulu dulu ada ustaz cakap, oh nak kahwin lelaki yang baik, pergi cari kat masjid waktu subuh kan. So so hmm, here's the trouble with that. Okay, that's good advice, yes. However, when I go to the masjid time subuh, I'm the only one who's not a retiring pakcik who's not retired. I'm the only one under 40. Kan, it's like, okay, well, I have a friend yang I pergi masjid with, jumpa dia kat masjid time subuh. He's a pilot. When he's around, he's at the masjid. Yeah, jumpa dia kat masjid. And then and he's married lah. Kan? We live in the same taman. So macam I ask him, bro, it's like you remember this? Have you heard of this advice? Kalau nak cari suami yang baik, cari dia kat masjid waktu subuh. Yeah, I heard of that. And then it's like, how come we're the only two people under 40, and we're also already married? It's like, itulah, how can we help apply this advice? Itulah susah. Susah. Tak tahu. I mean, it's good advice, but maybe it's just the masjids that I usually go to tak ada men. yang pergi masjid time subuh, kan? Very few. Um, Perhaps you need to find specifically which particular masjid. I guess I don't want to say the T word, but maybe, kan? Think about it. All right. Um, yeah. If that is the pond that you are okay with, why not? And then ask the people in that community. All right. So okay, boleh. So quality people, quality satu, and quality also. You have to know what is quality also. What is quality? And so write what you want, what you don't want. I think I've given this homework before. Write what you don't want, and also write what you want. Okay, you have to have this contrast so that you, macam it's like the LG always give is that oh, how to get go the right way. Okay, don't turn left, turn right. So oh, okay, so left ni macam things that you don't want lah, and the right one is things that you want. So turn right. Okay, so get to know more people. uh I realized that when people say that, oh, I need to get to know more people. Okay, all right, it brings feelings of anxiety. It's like macam oh, how many more people or how many more frogs do I have to kiss, kan? Berapa puluh orang aku kena jumpa just to find that right one person. So yeah, yeah, it's dangerous. It's macam letih kan, rasa renyah. Rasa renyah sangat. Macam berapa puluh orang aku nak kena jumpa, berapa ratus orang kan. Platform cari jodoh tu biasanya ada juta orang lah, 100,000 orang. Aku nak jumpa 1,000 orang pun letih kan. So yeah, so find the right pond, kan? And insyaAllah the matchmaking event we want to have in Ramadan, insyaAllah, is will be filtering. I will be filtering for you uh, quality people only yang serious nak kahwin, within 1 year. So I have smart goals, not just for me, but for you as well. I'm instilling smart goals for you, okay? For my clients. So yang serious nak kahwin within 1 year, and dah prepared and ready, okay? Okay, so all right, cool. Okay, get to know more quality people. Okay, so cool. All right, cool. Dah pukul 10. My and I need to go change diapers now. Okay, so if you have experience with kids, you really want to avoid punami. If you know what that is, you really don't want it. Okay, there's so much cleaning to do after that. Okay, cool. Alright, kita sambung balik tomorrow night, insyaAllah. Thank you very much for joining. Minta maaf kalau terkasar bahasa. Because I speak the way I think, and kalau yeah, I speak the way I think, and which I've gotten into trouble juga sometimes. People don't like honesty, or sometimes I just better to shut up. Okay, but hey, you're listening to me. You just take honesty from me. Okay, I'm just going to tell you as it is. I try to be delicate as I can, because it's you know percakapan yang halus is also sunnah, kan, and I try my best, but I don't want to dilute the message too much. Nanti message tu tak sampai. So I try my best to make it refined as possible, but I also need to give the message as it is. Okay, clear, accurate facts and experience. Okay, so that you learn and not make the mistakes that I've made. So, and the mistakes that my clients dulu have made, and so you avoid making another mistake. So that's why itulah tujuannya ilmu, kan, untuk perbaiki diri, mendekatkan diri dengan Allah, kan, supaya you boleh take action, ikhtiar yang tepat, ilmu yang tepat, ikhtiar yang tepat, insyaAllah result yang tepat. Okay, so My question to you, for you to ponder tonight before I undur diri, is: are you curious to get married the halal way, or you committed to get married the halal way? Hmm. Okay, curious or committed? Curious is, aku try je lah cara halal ni kan. Or I'm committed to do it the way Allah wants me to do it. Okay, curious or committed? All right, so inshallah, see you tomorrow night. And my to the sisters, which in my coaching group, I'll see you tomorrow at right after Asar, 4:30 to 6:30. All right, cool. And all right, so we'll actually go deeper into this realization and discussion. Okay, reflection, so that we know what we want, we know what we don't want, we know how to change things, and move forward faster to prepare us for jumpa jodoh nanti. Alright, cool. Alright, so panjangnya Assalamualaikum kan. Biasa Melayu. Assalamualaikum setengah jam kan. Alright, so okay, so sebelum saya undur diri, jom kita doa dan aminkan sama sendiri. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Allah, aku minta pasangan yang menjadi menantu yang baik kepada ibu bapaku, yang disayangimu untuk mendapat keredaanmu, berganding bahu bersama ke jannahmu ya Allah. Amin, amin, ya Rabbi, amin. Okay, so see you tomorrow. Alright, okay, bye. Thank you for joining. Assalamualaikum.